Yo guys, welcome back to the amazing stream. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. Okay. So welcome back to another amazing stream. Oh wait, that's freaking. Alright, so wait. Chat. Just gotta fix some stream stuff. Alright. Alright, so. Alright. Okay. We're live. Alright, so I'm gonna just. I had to have my dad help me stream live because just a few moments ago I was streaming on Streamlabs on my other computer, but I just want to go to here. Alright, so I'm on my small account, so we gotta go to live stream. Alright. Alright, so yeah. So I'm gonna be reacting to stuff, and I'm gonna be reacting to how Mr. Beast forces you to click. I'm excited for this video.
Mr. Beast is able to average more views per video than the Super Bowl. You know, like the biggest sports event in the US. So how does Mr. Beast do this? What's his secret? And what can we learn from his strategy?
There's literally no such thing as a perfect video.
Well, the first thing that he does is something called social hacking. This is when someone uses a big name in their packaging to essentially try and get the attention of the people that know who that person is. But you may be wondering, Tree, why in the world would one of the most famous people on the planet need to social hack? Doesn't he already have a wide enough audience to where it wouldn't even really matter? Well, yes, although Mr. Beast is super well known, there are still markets that he really hasn't fully tapped into yet. Specifically some markets outside of the US. Mr. Beast in the last few years has recently started translating his content into other languages.
अगले 24 घंटे बिताने वाला हूं इस बर्फ के बने मकान में।
ผมจะใช้เวลาในอีก 24 ชั่วโมงต่อจากนี้ในบ้านที่ทำจากน้ำแข็งล้วน 100
Önümüzdeki 24 saati bu %100'ü buzdan yapılmış evin içinde geçireceğim.
So a good person for Mr. Beast to social hack would be someone that's not as well known in the US, but in other parts of the world could be much more famous. Someone like Cristiano Ronaldo simply just reaches a broader scope worldwide than Mr. Beast does. But this is where some people mess up with social hacking. They see a famous person and think, hey, if I put him in my title, I'll automatically get views. But that's simply just not how it works. There are two really important interest points that you need to consider when social hacking. One is the relevance of the person that you're social hacking. Someone could be extremely famous but also not relevant at the moment. A way to know if someone is relevant or not is if recent podcasts with them get views. This will show if people really care about this person enough to watch them outside of their normal sphere. And if you look at Ronaldo all across social media, it's pretty obvious that he's relevant everywhere. A great way to find relevant people to social hack is by going to oneof10.com and searching their name, because it will take you to all of the videos videos with that person's name in the title that have performed better than the channel's average. Like if you want to social hack Mr. Beast, you could type him into the search bar and then you'll see this interview with Colin and Samir that performed 5 times better than their channel's average. So you know, it's probably a good idea to social hack Mr. Beast. This website is also great to validate your ideas by seeing if they've done well in the past. So if you want to use one of 10 for 50% off, click the link in the description. Anyways, back to the video. Mr. Beast did his research whenever he decided to bring Ronaldo onto the channel, because judging by the fact that he gained 60 million subscribers in a month, I think it's safe to say that he's pretty relevant. And this brings me to the second interest point when it comes to social hacking. Why will people click? You can't just put a relevant person in your thumb or title and expect to get views. Now here's an example of what I mean. We can all agree that Ronaldo's the most famous and relevant person on the planet right now. So why has he recently not even been able to bring in 5 million views a video? Why is that? Well, it's simply just because his titles and thumbnails aren't good. Fame and relevance will only take you so far. No matter who you're collabing with, who you are, or how many subscribers you have, if you can't get the viewer to click on your video, you will not get views. And Mr. Beast pulled off his reason to click really well in the Ronaldo video. Beat Ronaldo, win 1 million is probably one of the craziest titles that I've ever seen. Like, who hasn't dreamed of getting the chance to win $1 million? Much less trying to win it against the best soccer player in the world. Come on, it's perfect. Another way Mr. Beast has social hacked before is by bringing in the 50 top YouTubers to compete for $500,000. Because why social hack one large creator when you can do it to 50 of them? And I don't think you know how genius this really is. Because not only do these creators participate in the video, but just about every single one of these
Guys, I literally watch like every single Mr. Beast videos. He's for sure social hacking. But I do that too. And it's not to just clickbait anyone or anything, like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I try to make the best videos possible, just like my newest thumbnail that, if you guys, some of you guys wonder, like, why do I type in lowercase? I normally type, like, all my stuff on computer. So, if you guys are wondering, why do you type in lowercase, because I don't do all my stuff on computer, so yeah.
Creators made content around them being in this Mr. Beast challenge, bringing tens of millions of potentially new eyes to the channel. Mark Rober made a short that ended up getting 36 million views alone. That's free marketing for his video. Well, kind of free. So now that we know how Mr. Beast goes about social hacking, how does he package his videos in the first place? Why in the world do his thumbnails and titles do so well? Well, if you've ever listened to Mr. Beast speak on a podcast, you'll know that everything he does is backed by data. This is because the numbers and data never lie, and he data backs by using something called proven concepts. This is when a certain type of video consistently does well using a specific packaging format. Take for instance the I trapped 50 YouTubers in a box video. The current thumb on that video is a proven concept, because if you look across YouTube, you can see this sort of thumbnail format work everywhere. And I know this because I saw Erac's I trapped 25 strangers in a box video on 1 of 10, and I noticed that the thumbnail looked weirdly similar to the Mr. Beast thumbnail. So I clicked the similar thumbnails button and it took me to a bunch of other thumbnails that use the same format. And if you see something you like, you can bookmark it with the bookmark tool, so that you can come back to it later if you want. Link in the description. Anyways, some other examples of proven formats that Mr. Beast uses is the one on his solitary confinement video. This is a proven concept that he took from Ryan Trahan because it did well. Another proven concept is from this simulation channel where they simulated a train versus a giant pit, and it ended up getting 150 million views. So since it did so well, not only did Mr. Beast take the packaging, but he took the entire idea. Instead, he did it IRL. And proven formats are a great way to get people to click on your video, but how does Mr. Beast hook people after they do end up clicking? Well, Mr. Beast has been using 2 secret techniques that he's mastered over the last 15 years of doing YouTube. The first is retention-based editing, meaning editing that always keeps the viewer engaged by moving the video along. The second method is the secret sauce that makes Mr. Beast the #1 #1 YouTuber in the world, and that's character building. This is actually the reason that most movies and TV shows do well. Take Avengers, for example. You first want to watch Avengers because you want to see the cool action scenes. You want to see Iron Man and Captain America defeat the villain and save the day. But by the end of the movie, you've stayed for a completely different reason. It's because you've learned about these characters, you've watched the struggles that they've went through. Not only to see the cool action sequence, but now you have a new favorite character that you want to see succeed, and characters that you don't like and want to see lose. Movies and TV shows do a really great job at making you care about fictional characters on a different level. This is why Avengers Endgame did so well, because Marvel made you care about these fictional characters over the course of 11 years. And this is what Mr. Beast is starting to implement in his videos, and may I add, he's doing really well at it. Let's compare two videos here. Last to leave the circle wins $500,000, and ages 1 to 100 decide who wins $250,000. These are two fairly similar video concepts 2.5 years apart, in the sense that they're both last to leave challenges with 100 contestants, but they are both set up and executed in totally different ways. Let's take a look at the first one from 3 years ago. This is your traditional last to leave challenge. Every day the circle shrinks a bit to keep the viewer on their toes.
At the end of each day, we're gonna shrink the circle a little bit.
And there's a few sort of risk it to win it games to sort of spice up the video as well. But all in all, the video comes down to whoever has the most strength and determination to stay in the circle longer than everyone else. Although there are a few characters that stand out above the rest, I really don't know who these people are. Even when it comes down to the top 10 contestants, I still don't know who these people are. There would be little clips here and there where the contestants would get to say stuff, but these clips were never longer than 3 to 5 seconds. We didn't really get to know these characters. And this is still a really good video, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite videos on his channel to this day, and it has 500 million views. But in comparison to what Beast is making today, there is no comparison. Now let's take a look at the latest last to leave. Ages 1 to 100 decide who wins $250,000. This video is structured completely differently from the first one. Although it keeps a lot of the aspects that made the first one good, it does add in some really great character building. First and foremost, you can see that the length of this video is more than double the length of the first one, showing how much more in depth they went into building up different characters and crafting the general story of the video. This video first off beat the world record for the most cameras recording in a single production. This is because when you're trying to capture a story in real time, you don't know which characters are going to play a larger role than other characters. So to get around this, you literally have to record everything. And you will notice that within the first 10% of this video, almost half of the contestants had already been eliminated. This was done purposely because it's hard to develop certain characters whenever you have to capture 100 of them. So the first few games were made to eliminate large groups to help carve out those specific characters. And you'll notice that this video doesn't come down to which contestant has the most determination and grit to stay in the box the longest. It's built off of whoever's able to gain the most trust.
You are a kind person. And you are kind enough to not eliminate me.
Save Gio! Save Gio! Save Gio!
Or even who someone's willing to backstab to get ahead of the game.
Gio, I admire you so much. You are literally the coolest 11-year-old I've ever seen. You've got tons of energy and spunk, and your future is super bright. But unfortunately, your time here is over. I'm so, so sorry.
This not only creates characters that you root for, but also creates characters that you don't like. And you can tell how effective this character building really is because chances are you know who 42 is. He literally stole the show in this video. There were literally people making edits of this guy on TikTok. It was crazy. This just goes to show how well Beast has gotten at developing characters in his videos. Now there's one more thing that Mr. Beast has gotten really good at, and it's something that every creator needs needs to take advantage of because it could change your YouTube career forever, and that's YouTube Shorts. People really don't understand how valuable Shorts are, especially if you know how to use them in the correct way. The main way that MrBeast uses them is to drive traffic to his long-form videos. But if you're going to do this, you need to truly understand how to do it. For example, let's take a look at the I trapped 50 YouTubers in a box video. For this video, MrBeast used 2 shorts to drive traffic. And there were a ton of things that MrBeast did to make sure these shorts not only did well, but also pushed traffic to the long-form video. But there were specifically 2 things that really stood out to me. The first thing that Beast did was that he really understood the reason that people would click on the video that he was trying to drive traffic to, and he used that to his advantage. The main reason that people would click on that video is because they wanted to see how far their favorite YouTuber would get in the challenge. Well, let's now take a look at the first short where it's a game of pass the phone. And notice who MrBeast passes the phone to first.
Passing this phone to the shortest human I've ever met.
I'm passing it to somebody who's been wearing the same bandana since 2016.
That's right, the most relevant and largest streamers right now. This was done intentionally by MrBeast because Kai has the largest diehard fan base out of any of the 50 creators. And this would essentially let Kai's fans know that he participated in the video. Now let's take a look at the second short that Beast did. Notice the 3 people that he decided to play this game with.
Oh!
They were like the 3 most relevant people out of the entire group. Again, he's trying to drive those diehard fans to the long-form video. Now this is where the second genius thing that Beast does comes into play, because viewers normally drop off right before a short ends. And what YouTubers normally try to do to combat this drop-off is loop the short, essentially trying to trick the viewer into thinking that the short hasn't ended yet. But MrBeast has found a completely different way to keep people watching after the end of the short. You will notice at the end of both of these shorts, something unexpected happens. Something that makes you think, what just happened? At the end of the first short, Speed gets past the phone. And Speed, may I add, the second most relevant person in this group, literally barks at the camera. Making the viewer think, wait, did he just bark? Therefore making them watch the short again to see the end of it. And even at the end of the second short, it straight up shows Speed beaming MrBeast in the back of the head with an egg. This is also extremely unexpected for the viewer, and makes the viewer want to go back and watch the short again, therefore reducing the drop-off rate at the end of the video. This is just scratching the surface behind the strategy of MrBeast's channel. I can probably talk for hours about every little thing that he does, so I'll make a part 2 of this video if this one gets 10,000 likes. And if you want to see me break down another creator, put them in the comments below. Anyways, click the link in the description to get 1 of 10 for 50% off. And also subscribe to my channel because we're over halfway to 100,000. And also go join my new Discord server. Anyways, bye!
Alright, that's a sick video. But, alright, so, yeah. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next one. Oh wait. So yeah, I got chat watching, but yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.